Namaste or Swagatam on this lunar month of Chaitra in Krishna Paksh Dashami. Sorry, Panchami. Before we start, I'd like to call on Pandit Vikrant Ahuja from Detroit to chant prayer. Pandit Vikrantji, go ahead.
धन्यवाद भाई अश्विनी जी। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। May the Supreme protect us, both the teacher and student. May he nourish us both mentally and spiritually. May we both exert our energy toward active collaboration. May our study be brilliant, allowing knowledge to be radiant. And may we not harbor any ill feeling that leads to ahankar, ego, or misunderstanding. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, Vikrantji, and I welcome all our participants in this course. Today, we have some questions today also, just like in previous sessions. So, we would start with all these questions, and I will share this. I think this now it is visible.
Yes, it was visible, but it's gone now.
Okay. Whole screen.
Okay, it's back on now.
Guruji, can you make it a bit bigger?
Yeah,
It should
so
be
now
zoomed.
it's available.
Yes, that's better. Thank you.
Okay. So today we'll start with first question, again by Bhanuji. The question is that if Sankhya Yoga, with the intent to achieve clarity of Arjuna's thinking, was the first technique employed by Krishna as the pillar for a continuous multi-layered approach, how functional was the Karma Yoga as the next pillar? Actually, we must understand that Sankhya Yoga gives us a theoretical perception how this soul gets embodied. So that's just a theoretical thing it provides, that how a person gets birth, and it gives us the knowledge that the soul is eternal and it keeps changing bodies. So only the knowledge of Sankhya Darshan was not sufficient to make Arjuna understand the entire scenario. So then the Karma Yoga he taught. And what is Karma Yoga? In Karma Yoga he told that you do your duty. It's do your duty without any seeking fruits or result of it, and let the God impart the fruits. So that Nishkama Karma, and that also Nishkama Karma Yoga means the altruistic welfare works, means you do your duty for the benefit or in the interest of the entire society, not for your own self. So that was essential. This pillar was essential because Arjuna was a Kshatriya And his Varna Dharma was to protect the nation, to protect the people, uh, you know, living in India. So, just to tell him that you are to perform your Varna Dharma or the duty of your Varna, Kshatriya Dharma, he was, he taught him, he used that Karma Yoga, or that is called as a Nishkam Karma Yoga, as the second pillar. And the first pillar, that Sankhya Yoga, means theoretical knowledge, how the soul lives, and it is eternal, it is not going to die. So that was also the essential part for Arjuna to understand, because he was thinking that I am going to kill my grandfather and this and that. So he was so much disturbed due to that. So he used this Karma Yoga as also the second pillar. So now the second question is, what is the relationship between an act that is deemed adharmika? Just able to, and one that is the nature of papam. I think we must understand till if we go through Bhagavad Gita, and if you have gone through my translation of Bhagavad Gita, then it becomes apparently clear. There are two terms, dharma. Dharma in Vedic terms, it doesn't mean some religion. Dharma means moral, ethical values, understanding one's responsibility or one's duties towards individual self, towards his society, towards family, towards environment, towards nation, towards humanity. So all these set of things. So dharma has many meanings. Number one, moral, inculcation of moral ethical values. Number two, the set of duties. Number three, the knowledge of something. And number four is property. Just like, what is the dharma of fire? That heat. Dharma of water, like that. So the properties, all these things, they are known as dharma. Now, in the context of Bhanuji's question, dharmika, the question is that dharmic and the papa. So when we say that this work, particular action, is not dharmic, what does it mean? Either that is not you, whatever you are doing, that is not your duty. Means you should not do that as your ashram or varna dharma, as your duty in your varna or as your ashram. So as your varna means professional duty. Now who will assign this duty? Earlier, the Shastriya system was there, now the governmental system is there. So, your constitution is there. Suppose you are a professor, you are a doctor. So, what is your duty? First of all, if you are a doctor, you are to protect the patient. So, if you are not doing that duty, that is adharmika. Dharma is a broad term, and if you are doing some immoral act, that is also adharmika. But dharma you cannot call as righteous, unrighteous. That's wrong. You will call dharma as a dharma, and it will include so many things. Now the question is papa. What is papa? All your actions which are responsible for your downfall or degradation. What is downfall and degradation in our Shastriya terms? In our Shastric terms, downfall of a human beings means all those actions that would lead you to the lower species in the next life. This is our downgradation. We are no longer maintaining our status as a human being through our actions And if such actions we are doing which are causing our downfall to the lower species in the next life, they will be known as a papa. So you cannot translate pap as a sin also. You will have to say pap as a pap. So adharmic actions may be including some pap actions also. But pap, it is not necessary that it may be adharmic also, because while you are doing your professional duty, that is also not doing, that is also adharmic, but that is not included into the papa. So this is the difference between the two. Pap means the actions responsible for our downgradation or downfall to the lower species in that sense. And adharmic means not doing moral, uh, doing immoral, unethical acts, not following the duties assigned to us, and not gaining knowledge. That is what adharmika. We are not following the dharma, because the dharma of a human being is to get himself equipped with the knowledge. So that is all adharma. Now, the third question is, the word yajna is often used in a restricted sense to indicate a structured ritualistic system and a sacrifice, and with the belief that one who performs yajna more often becomes prosperous, is the more religious and enlightened, while those who do not accrue acts of the nature of papam. Yajna is different. We sometimes we start interpreting yajna and all these things in our own way. Yajna is not some structured ritualism. We must understand yajna also has many meanings. Means, first of all, just my slide is not. Yajna has three meaning as per grammar. Yajna means Deva Puja. Second meaning is Sangatikaran. And third meaning is Dana. Yajna Puja, Sangatikaran, and Dan. Deva Puja. So Deva Puja means replenishment of devas. Deva means no deities, no gods, goddesses. It's not deva in Vedic terms. Deva means natural system. Maintaining the natural system, maintaining the ecological system in the nature through our activities, that is yajna. So Deva Puja, and this is only the purpose. Swami Dayananda also told Deva Puja means because through our activities we are doing so many damages to the nature, we are exploiting the environment through our activities, so many pollution, so many things are spreading. So just to make up that deficiency of the nature, that is known as Deva Puja. And while doing and that is known as, it's not only Agnihotra, through our other activities also. If we are maintaining the ecological balance, and if we won't let the ecological crisis happen, that is also the yajna. And Agnihotra is also the yajna in that sense, because we do it for the purification of environment, and while doing agnihotra we are chanting mantras, and that is also helping us in eulogy, prayer, and all these things of the Brahman or Paramatma. So that way we are invoking God as well as we are doing our duty towards nature. So that is yajna, one sense. Another, and Brahmankar says, author of the Shatpat Brahman says, Yajno vai sreshtatamam karma. All positive activities, all positive actions, they are also known as a yajna. The Brahman is also doing yajna. He is doing srishti yajna because he is creating this srishti. So similarly, yajnas have been divided into two, three types. First one is Shota yajnas. So all Shrota yajnas, they give figurative explanation to some aspect of the creation. Just like one a fellow, he is just talking about the Atiratra Yaga or a Soma Yaga. These are the Shrota. Atiratra is the Soma Yaga. Atiratra means additional nights, additional days. When you synchronize two systems, suppose we are synchronizing the nakshatra month, nakshatra year with the this Chandra year, what will happen? Then there is a difference. If we are synchronizing the lunar months with the solar months, then there is a difference. So just to synchronize that, that is known as Atiratra or a Somyag we call. So these are the figurative Shrota yagas. Second one is the Griha yagas, we are known as that are known as Sanskaras, and third one is Pancha Mahayajnas. Pancha Mahayajnas, they are the our bounden duty or known as Nitya Yajnas. So this way we must take it. And because this is a human being is very selfish, is not doing anything without his selfish, interest or so. So when we perform yajna, we want our prosperity, we want our well-being. That is that's nature, but the shastra doesn't say it. Shastra says that you do it without any selfish interest, just like Krishna also says, na, nishkam Nitya karmas are to be performed daily, and kamya karmas, a person is not, expected to perform kamya karmas who is seeking moksha or who is, treading the path of spiritual elevation is not supposed to following the kamya karmas, but he is supposed to do the nitya karmas, and yajna, dan, and tapa. These are the nitya karmas. So, but when doing Nitya Karmas, he's thinking that he will get this one, or he's thinking of his prosperity and all these things. So that also become the Kamya Karmas. But for a human being, there's no, it's not bad to have some aspirations to seek one's prosperity and all these things, but it indicates that you are a normal human being. You are not treading or following the path of higher spirituality or spiritual levels. So while those who don't accrue acts of the nature of papam, yeah, certainly if you do yajna, and yajna, don't say it a ritual. I have just explained. If you are doing some sanskar, you are doing sanskar is also a yajna, griha yajna. That is naimittik karma. That is naimittik, because on account of some occasion we are doing that. Vivaha sanskar is doing for marriage purpose only. So where there is some occasional things are there, they are naimittik. Panch Mahayaj is a nitya, and this Shrota Yaga, it will be also naimittik, because just to explain the meaning of Vedas, those are performed. So these are the naimittik, and kamya, which are just like putreshti we do, or varsheshti we are doing, just to make the rain formation. So that is known as kamya yajna. So every human being can do kamya, naimittik karmas, but nitya karmas are also to be performed by them. So if you are doing this yajna for your prosperity as a kamya karma, it's good. And but if you are doing papa also, then whatever, the plus minus system is there. If you have done two bad things and you have done one good thing, so in your share, one negative mark is there. So whatever you are getting, it's all up to you. So what precisely constitutes yaj? I have defined yaj clearly. How is the Rig and Yajurveda's depiction of yaj differ from presented by Krishna in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Yeah, this is a good thing. I told Yajurveda and Rigveda's yajna. It shows the process of creation. That yajna depicts the yajna done by Brahman. And that yajna is not showing any yajna done by human being, but they also talk about the Agnihotra to be performed by us. So Vedic yajna is either Agnihotra or Panchamahayajna or Shrotayagas or Sanskaras. And then she says, what is the difference between yajna of third chapter of Bhagavad Gita? The third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, what is that? That is talking about the Nitya Yajna, Panchamahayajna. Bhagavad Gita says, I have quoted those mantras. अन्नाद भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्याद अन्न संभवः यज्ञाद भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञः कर्म समुद्भवः. He says the food which is the life force for living beings is produced by parjanya, clouds. And parjanyad anna sambhava yajjad bhavati parjanya. And these clouds are going to be formed through this Agnihotra. And yajna karma samudbhava. And this Agnihotra is the result of human karmas. What type of karmas? Nitya karma. Because Agnihotra is the permanent duty. Your permanent duty, if we are doing this Nitya karma daily, then certainly there will be no famine, nothing will happen. That's what Krishna is talking about. See, yajna karma samudbhavaha. Yajna is the result of the nitya actions to be performed by human being. And further he says karma brahmodbhavam. And all these yajna, and here in Bhagavad Gita, yajna is not this Agnihotra also. That is eco-friendly activities also. And further he says karma brahmodbhavan. This yajna, karma means this yajna or all eco-friendly activities prescribed in the Vedas are the product of Almighty Brahman. Why? Because the Vedas, they have the authorship of Brahman. And Brahmakshara Samudbhavam. And this Brahman is almighty, all-pervading, and imperishable. Tasmat sarvagatam Brahma nityam yajna pratishthitam. So he says, Krishna says, so whatever eco-friendly activities we perform, whenever we perform Agnihotra, so that is in alignment with the nature. If anything is in alignment with the nature, then Sarvagatam Brahma, you must think that your activities are pervaded by Brahman. Because if you are doing anything in alignment with the Brahman's creation, it means your activities are the act of Brahman. So whatever Krishna wants to say like that. So if you go by some simple translations, they don't explain all these things. But in my translation, I have given these two meanings of all these Gita's shlokas, and I think if you will go through my translation, this type of questions will be solved automatically. So now you can understand the difference between the Vedic Yajna, Shruti Yagas, Smarta Yagas, and Pancha Mahayajna. It's all talking about all these things. And Bhagavad Gita is talking about our Pancha Mahayajna. Because that Karma Samudbhavam, Pancha Mahayajna is the duty of the human being or the Nitya Karma of the human being. Here Karma means Nitya Karma, not Nishkama. And Nitya Karma is always Nishkama. But when the Nitya Karma you involve your self-interest, that becomes Sakama. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is emphasizing over nishkam karma, not the sakam or karma. And in that definition, nitya karmas are nishkam karmas. Then what is Swami Dayananda's view of yajna compared to other Vedic scholars? Swami Dayananda's view is that one which I have told about the Vedas. So whatever there in Vedic system, he believes in Shroti yagas, he believes in this Griha yagas, Sanskaras, Agnihotra, and all these things he is talking about. His view is not different even from the view of Bhagavad Gita, it's all same. Now the question number 4, verses 14 to 15 of the chapter of Bhagavad Gita are translated. Yeah, I have already done this translation. So now whatever translation Bhanuji has given, beings are born of food, food is product of rain, rain arises from yajna, yajna is born of action, action arises from Vedas, and Vedas born of the imperishable Brahman. Therefore, know that the Supreme Being is established in Yaj. I think whatever I have told, it's clear. Beings are born of food. Everybody, because if the food is not there and everything, you cannot survive. And the food is the product of rain, and rain arises from yajna, and yajna is born of action. What's action? What is the meaning of action here? Yajna means when you will perform agnihotra, that is your nitya karma. So yajna is born of nitya karmas of human beings, and actions arises from Vedas. And where our Shastras, they have prescribed our duties. What action a person is to be performed, they have prescribed that nitya karmas, kamya karmas, naimittik karmas. So the actions they arise from Vedas means they have been prescribed in the Vedas. It's not like that something is taking birth. So these words, these are literal translations. These are not interpretations. So if you will read my translations, then you will follow it simply. And Vedas are born from Brahman means this knowledge is the prerogative or of the Brahman, because whatever the creation is there, that is creation is the authorship of Brahman. So knowledge of the creation is also have the authorship of Brahman. So Vedas are born from imperishable Paramatma. Therefore, know that. So whatever activity will perform, eco-friendly activity, I am talking about in alignment of the natural system. Whatever work will do, that should be known as the work of Brahman, or the Brahman is pervaded. When we say that Brahman is pervaded into this activity or exists in these activities, means these activities are sanctioned by Brahman. He is doing the same thing in nature, and we are following the same thing in here also. So explain the usage of yajna in this uh, explain the usage of yajna in this context with the interplay of karma, the Vedas, and imperishable Paramatma. I think it's very much clear. Now the question number 5: what are the core determinants of the one's prescribed duty according to Bhagavad Gita? Core determinant. Core determinants of duties. Entire Indian system, Vedic system, it follows the Varna system. So everyone has its duty. If you are a Brahman, your duty is to teach, spread knowledge, spread vidya instead of ignorance. If you are a Kshatriya, then your duty is to protect the nation, just to look after its prosperity, to impart knowledge, justice to the people. If you are a Vaishya, then this all commercial activities, production. If you are a Shudra, uneducated person, then whatever, as a skilled worker, non-skilled worker, the activities you are doing, you must do. Everybody should do his duties faithfully. So this is the core determinant. As per Varna system, the duties are there. Similarly, the ashram duties are also there. In brahmacharya ashram, your duty is to gain knowledge, to inculcate moral, ethical values. If you are in grihastha, then you will have to do all activities in making money and everything, and with honesty and all these things. If you are a vanaprastha, then you will teach people the good knowledge. Sannyasi, you will do all altruistic welfare activities. You will uplift yourself spiritually. So these are the core determinants. So wherever you are, you do the duty assigned to you. And Bhagavad Gita also, you will find all these duties assigned. So the question number 6, in today's digitally accelerated global environments where occupational paradigm shifts and reskilling are required for survival, what is the relevance of the notion of the prescribed duty? So far as your professional duty is concerned, as per today's modern requirements, constitutional, wherever country you are living, you will perform those duties as per the constitution of your organization, as per the requirement of your organization, or as per the uh, country's constitution you are living in. But so far as your personal duties are concerned, you can follow Shastra, just like a yama, niyam. These are the personal duties. Oh, so niyama is social discipline. When you interact people in the society, you will follow niyamas. If you are you want yourself elevation or spiritual elevation, then you will have to follow yama. So these are the things we can follow in this modern scenario also. Now the question 7, what is the assurance? What assurance is there that intended meanings of the mantras by rishis are protected by chandas and the swara system? As I told, the chanda, through chanda and swara, their body is protected. But through accent or through swara, sometime their meaning is also protected. So what assurance? Assurance, what assurance you want? Assurance is the same that we are doing those things. Uh, Through those accents or swaras, we can uh, understand their meaning, and if some confusion is there, then we can understand what's its real meaning, because sometime the similar words are there, two similar words are there, and they have for example, the word na is there. Na is indeclinable, it means no, and na is also a pronoun in Vedas. So you will have to identify whether this na is indeclinable or this na is uh, pronoun. Then the swar will tell. So I just want to, not able to, what happened to this? Okay. I'm giving here the example, just like this mantra is there in Yajurveda. Na tasya pratima asti. Ab na means no, or in Vedas, na means us, means pronoun. So the swara will tell whether this na is negative, in negative sense, or na is a pronoun. If it is a pronoun, it will be anudatta. If it is indeclinable na, then it will be udatta. So here in this word, न तस्य प्रतिमा अस्ति यस्य नाम महद यशः. This is mantra of the Rigveda, Yajurveda. And this mantra literally says, Yasya naam mahad yasah. The Brahman who is famous all through the universe, ne tasya pratima asti. It has two meanings. If we combine the word na and tasya, I have separated it, but in the Vedic lore it is found combined. So natasya pratima asti. It means the Brahman who is being eulogized, who is being prayed by his devotees, he has the pratima. And another meaning will be the Brahman who is being prayed by its devotees, he doesn't have any pratima or he is unparalleled. Pratima has two meanings. Brahman has no parallel, and in another sense, it will be Brahman has some parallel. So, in this case, the accent is going to decide, because as per the rule of action, if a single word is there, then a single word will have one accent. One accent means one udatta accent, one acute accent. Accents are of three types, as I already told you. So, one udatta accent it will have. So, in this word, natasya pratima, if you will combine both the words, what will happen? There will be two udatta accent. So, it shows that when there are two, udatta accent is never have any symbol. It doesn't have any symbol on the word in Devanagari, in Sanskrit. But Anudatta has this line, underline, just like T, it has Anudatta accent. And this, just like Purna Viramna, this perpendicular line on the word, this is called as a Swarita. So the word of a mantra or a word, meaning of a word is decided by its udatta accent. Means if it is unaccented, it has no symbol. So accordingly, the word will be meaning will be decided. Anudatta and Swarit play no role in deciding the meaning of a particular mantra. So in this word, na tasya, these are two different words. So, two different words means na has its own meaning. Na means no. Tasya means of him. So, there is no pratima of Brahman, or there is no parallel to Brahman. Like that, we can decide. And if this suppose only one word would have been accented in Natasya, then we could have said that Brahman has a pratima, Brahman has some parallel to him. Like that, the meaning changes. So that assurance is that only whatever has survived with us, whatever we have traditionally, because it has come to us by tradition, we will have to believe it, because there are so many pathas. Pad path is there, just like Vikranji was talking about in the last discussion session, Ghana path, Jata path, Shikha path. There are more than 10 pathas of the Vedas. So, with the help of these pathas, this whole Vedic system was protected. And so I don't think there's no more assurance is required. This is enough. This is very minute work, but still there are possibilities of some mistakes, and mistakenly if some another word is going to be accented, then its meaning will change. Just like I told, if this na is pronoun, its meaning is us. If it is indeclinable, its meaning is no. So how will it be decided? Had this na been swarita, in marked as a swarita, means that underline, then its meaning would have been us. And if it is not marked, it means this is indeclinable and its meaning is no. So this is the system. I don't know. And now the main, here also I'll just show one, I just want to show one thing. It's the Gayatri mantra. Just like in this Gayatri mantra, here you have Dhyo yo naha prachodayat. So this na, it's a pronoun. And this na here you see in the Padapart. This is Swarit, underlined. So its meaning is us. Like that, you will have to understand the meaning of all these things. Now the further question is that question number 8, does Om grammatically meet the definition of a mantra? Om is a single syllable. Om, like that. So grammatically and every way, if you chant Om to address Brahman, then certainly it is a mantra, single syllabic mantra. What is mantra? Mantra, most of the mantras, they have the eulogy, they have the prayer, and you can say the worship of Brahman. So, in that sense, this Om will not be a mantra. Om is the address of the Brahman. But the doing address for the Brahman is also a sort of mantra. We can say like that. But it's not the mantra in that sense. But this word here grammatically is it's meaningless. Why you want to say grammatically? Because grammar is not going to decide whether it's a mantra or something else. Sometime, generally, the verses of the Vedas, they are known as mantra. And verses of the Laukik Sanskrit or later post-Vedic Sanskrit, they are known as shlokas. So Om is just the address of Brahman, but you can take it as a mantra also because it is always prefixed before the mantra when you recite any prayer or eulogy of the Brahman. So now next question in the Om itself, what is the significance of the prolonged sound? Are there other examples of such prolongation in Sanskrit? Why the plut is used, prolonged sound is used? It is for address. When you address somebody, then you will have to use a prolonged sound. All swaras, they can be added, the plut, they can be made prolonged. Just like I say Ram, like that. So that Ra becomes prolonged. So Om, naturally, it doesn't have any prolonged sound. It's simple, you will have to write. But if you say Om, so that means we are addressing Brahman. So this three is used. The word three means prolonged. Three matra equal to, you must take time equal to three matra, but sometime we keep on vibrating. Oh, it's bigger than prolonged. So that is prolongation means if you are addressing somebody, then you will have to use the prolonged sound. So are there other examples? There are so many examples. It's not limited to Om itself. You will find in Vedas and even in classical Sanskrit also. Any sound, all swaras, they can be prolonged. Question number 9. The swaraj in mantra should serve to protect its intended meaning. Yes, I have told the swara, this accentuation system, they intend to the protection of the meaning because the swar will decide, the udatta swar will decide, or swarit will decide whether this word is a pronoun, whether this word is a verb, whether this word is a noun. So many things they are going to be decided by swaras. Just like here, the any any verbal, any verbs, just like in this mantra, Tat savitur varinam bharagah devasya dhimahi. Dhimahi is the verb. So all the verbs they will be swarita, anudattas. The verbal sounds, they will be Anudatta. Pronouns will be Anudatta. So the Swar is going to decide. There's no ambiguity in it. The Swaraj in mantra should serve as to protect its intended sense, as pointed out in Lecture 5 Vedas. Any shift in the accent can alter the meaning. Yeah. So if this na is unaccented, it doesn't have swarit or it has udata, it become indeclinable and its meaning will be nahi, no. But it is pronoun, so it has swarit, anudata under it, so it means us. So the meaning will change. What swaras are applicable? Meaning, Achha, using the Gayatri mantra referenced below, please address the following. What swaras are applicable in this mantra and where should they be placed? So these swaras I have quoted here. When the mantra has a Sanghita part, the swar will different. When it will have Sandhi Vichhed or we say Pada part, its swar will different. You just say in Tata. In Tata, this ta word is Udat, is having Udat because there is no accent over it, there is no sign over it, it means it is Udat. In Savituhu, this two in Savit because one single word will have one Udat, not two. So if a word has two Udat accent, it means these are two words. In Savitu, this two is Udatta. In Varenyam, this Va is Udatta. And rest of these, na, Renam, they were Anudattas. But when a Anudatta follows the Udatta accent, that Anudatta becomes Swarit. This is the rule. In Bhargaha, Bha is Udatta. In Devashaha, Va is Udatta. In Dhimahi, it's all Anudatas because it's a verb. In Dhiyaha, Dhi is Udatta. And Ya was Anudatta, so Ya became Swarita. It follows the Udatta. Yaha here is Udatta. Na is Anudatta. Like that, these mantras are there, and if you will go through the Vedas, you will find all these accentuation system placed over the mantras. So now the swaras are applicable. This is none. Identify the 24 syllables of this mantra. So what is syllable? We must understand syllable means swara, vowel. Consonant, a single consonant without vowel, it will be halanta. It will be marked a slanting line under it, but it will not be counted in syllabic counts. So whenever a consonant accompanied by a vowel, that is known as syllable. Now we can count. You just see tat savitur. So the in tat, ta is one syllable. Then sa, this half ta, it cannot be counted because it has no swara. So ta is one. Then this sa is another one. What is happening? Sa is second, V is third, 2 is 4, Y is fifth, Re sixth, Ya seventh, Bha eighth, Go 9, De 10, Va 11, Ya 12, Dhi 13, Ma 14, He 15, Dhi 16, Yo 17, Yo 18, Na 20, Pa 21, Cho 22, Da 23. Yeah, no, actually it is 23. Something was missed. So this Gayatri mantra has 23 syllables. So that is why it's not complete Gayatri. It is known as a Nichrit Gayatri. If one syllable is less, that is known as a Nichrit Gayatri. So this mantra is Nichrit Gayatri. And because this is Gayatri mantra, so it's a swara means musical tone. This is the grammatical swaras we were talking about. Udatta, Anudatta, Swarit. So its musical tone will be Shadaja Swara. It will be chanted in Shadaja tone. That I have in my previous lecture, I have already clarified. So just a minute, I have lost that. Hmm. 24 syllable. How is this 24 syllabic mantra to be chanted accurately with a focus on Chanda and Swara? As I told that grammatical swara you can't chant, just they have this indications, whoever chant the mantras. If this hand is goes above your ear, that means Udatta, and if it is here, it is Swarit, uh, close to the ear, and if comes down to the ear, it is known as Anudatta. So this system is there, and main tone, if you want tone, that Shadaj tone in Saragam, Sare Gama Padhani, do Sa, that Sa we call, that is Shadaj tone. It has to be chanted in that. So explain how an incorrect recitation with the misplaced accents can change the meaning, and I have just given with example how the misplaced accent will change the meaning and other aspects of the mantra. So this is all about this, and one more question we have from Trinidad by Ram Swarup ji. What are the qualifications required for each of two routes to become a sannyasi? One, brahmacharya to sannyas, brahmacharya to grihastha to vanaprastha to sannyas. Ram Swarup ji, only one qualification is there to become a sannyasi. The strong renunciation, strong will that you don't want to have any attachment, and you don't have any love with this material world, and you get detached even from your relations. So whenever that stage comes, that is only the qualification, and you can become sannyasi. But you can't do like that. If you are a grihasthi and in the mid of the grihastha you have started doing that without completing your grihastha duties, grihastha dharma, then that will be known as escapism. You complete your duty, then you become sannyas. And if you have the strong willpower of renunciation, then directly from brahmacharya also you can become sannyasi. So only one qualification, your mental state, strong willpower to become a sannyasi. So now all these questions, I think whatever quoted, they are over. Now anybody wants to ask any question, he
Uh,
is.
I think Pandit Vikrantji has something. Pandit
Yes,
Vikrant?
Vikramji.
Oh, gee, someone was asking about Plutswars and others, and so I believe that the Plutswar also falls in the Manasa Parikrama when you say Yosman Dishtiyam Vayam Drishmastam Vojambhe Dadmaha. The Yo, I think, is a Plutswar as well.
Hmm. So these, I told in Sanghita Patha, the swara will change. But in Pada, actual swara will be known by the Pada part. What the mantra it does have. And sometime if some, by mistake, there may be wrong marking of swaras also in different pathas, because it's so difficult to do proofreading and all these things. It's very difficult with this. So here ya is also, but the whole full swara knowledge, the grammatical knowledge of swara, sometime some swara will be udatta, some will be udatta. I have just given some examples to understand all. So there is a big, in Panini's Ashtadhyayi, there are more than some 50, 60 sutras are there. They will be applied to understand it.
And Hinal Mills posted a Namaste all. They are 24 syllables in Gayatri Mantra.
Yeah. So it's not necessary. 24 is the maximum count, and sometime it can go up, it can remain less than that, and it is with all the Gayatri mantras. Gayatri mantra occurs some 5 6 times in the Vedas. Yajurveda itself some 3 4 times. And at in 30th chapter of Yajurveda, Gayatri mantra has Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. These three sounds. Rest of the places it starts from Tat Savitur Varenyam, but at one place it starts from Om Bhu Bhuva. So there the swar is also Vrihati Chanda. Two swaras are Devi Vrihati and Gayatri, Nichrid Gayatri. So far as the Devi Vrihati is concerned, it will have a Madhyam tone, and so far as the Nichrid Gayatri is concerned, it will have a Shadas tone. So accordingly, they have been cited.
Acharya ji, yeah, you're here. Can you explain what is vyariti and
Vyahriti, yes.
yes. What is it really to do with Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha?
Yeah, actually, what happens? The whole universe has been divided into three categories. Bhu means entire planetary system. Bhuva means the space between Earth, space and Sun, space between one sun to another sun, stellar space, and Swaha means all starry world. So it is addressed. So that is Vyahriti means just Ahvan, we can say. So that is the whole this cosmic creation by Brahman is included into Om Bhu Bhuva Swaha, like that. Three lokas.
Okay, dhanyavad, Acharya ji.
Do we have any other questions? Oh, yes. Pandit Vikrant, go ahead.
So, Acharya, this wasn't a private conversation with you, but you had stated as well that each of there were multiple chants. So Gayatri, you said Ushnik 28. I believe you said Anushtak was
Yes,
32,
yeah.
so on and so forth. So my question, and you were the only one that had really delineated or mentioned that you can have um, one syllable less, which is nitrit. You can have one syllable more, which would be bhurik. Sorry, one syllable more is bhurik. Two syllables less is virat, and two syllables more is
Swarat.
what did you say?
Swarat,
Swarat.
Swarat, yeah.
So the question I have is, how do you know one syllable less and more if you count them? So Gayatri mantra has 23 syllables, so you can put that into Gayatri Chant.
Yeah.
But assuming that Gayatri Chant, there's 2,000 or more mantras that belong to Gayatri Chant, if you have two syllables more, they could be potentially 26. But Ushnik as well could have two syllables less, possibly some mantras. So my question is, how do you know whether it belongs to Gayatri Chand or the Ushnik Chand?
Yeah, you are
Because
right.
two would be Samrat in Gayatri, and in Ushnik it would be two less, so I believe that would be Virat.
Yeah, you are right, because in that case it will be Virat Ushanik, or that will be Swarat Gayatri. So
Ji.
that all this Chanda Parampara tradition, we are not going to decide. The mantras they have already over them through tradition. Okay, and if the tradition is not there, then it's up to you how you will make, because both can happen together, and there's nothing wrong in that. If you 26 syllable mantra, if you say bhurika, ushanika, or a swarat gayatri, so it's nothing going to change, because that Gayatri Chanda, that syllabic count, is not going to make any change in the meaning of the mantra. Mostly there are sarvanukramanis, and those sarvanukramanis, they have this all indications that this mantra Rigved, this mantra is a Gayatri, this is Shadas, and like that. But swara can be decided, tone can be decided with the help of that chanda itself. And Ati Shakvari, it's not only seven, there are so many other swaras were also there. Shakvari, Ati Shakvari, that is not mentioned in seven swaras, but seven are the main ground, foundational. Based upon them, the rest of the swaras were also developed, because in Yajurveda, it's a prose type text. It's not that like Rig Veda. So there the system will be different. But wherever the Gayatri mantra occurred in the Rig Veda, that is called as a Nichrit Gayatri and this. So this happens with every, because it's only a difference of 4 4. So generally we'll take it Gayatri.
Okay.
But traditionally marking is there.
Right.
And now we are
By
finding new recensions. Or Rigvedic Shankhayan text has been found. So in those manuscripts, there is no marking of chanda or so. So the people are not writing any chanda. Now I am doing the translation of Paipallada Atharva Veda, Paipallada recension. There is no marking. Whether this is Nichri, that is Bhurik. So I will have to decide. So there is no traditional marking, so we have left it like that. I'm just translating without indicating what swar is there or what chanda is there. So it has handed down to us traditionally.
Dhanyavad Acharya.
Yeah.
our next question is from Bhai Sindhu Bogal in South Africa.
Yeah. Prof,
Yes.
namaste.
Namaste.
Lovely lecture as always. Two things. First one is a comment. Second one is a question. When you were speaking about the integrity of mantra and matra, I think a simple way for the way I learned it and simple way to understand the theory behind it is by using the in Sanskrit. We know is a juxtaposition, sat, asat, dharma, adharma. And so we were taught that if you just drop an in the wrong place, it totally changes the meaning of the mantra. So like tatsavitur varenyam, tatsavitura varenyam. It becomes from tur varenyam to tur varenyam. Is the opposite. It's tatsavitur varenyam, that which is not worthy of worship. So a good way to understand it on a simple way is to protect. What we mean by protecting the integrity of mantra is even something as simple as an in the wrong place totally changes the mantra. Just as an example to understand that. My question, Prof, is we are talking today, or you mentioned today in the discussion about pluth and three sound. And what I wanted is if you could clarify, look, with the monothong and diphthong, it's 1 and 2, and pluth is 3. But then what about the avagraha? Because if pluth is 3, then where does avagraha fit into the phonetic system? Because it's two different technical terms. Now, pluth is, I'd understand it simply as monothong plus diphthong, or diphthong plus 1. It will be pluth. And how does it work technically with the avagraha? Thanks, Prof. Thank you.
Avagraha is monothong. It's the representation of a, but because of sandhi, it has become avagraha. So its sound is maintained over there. It's a single syllabic sound. So it's the marcation demarcation due to sandhi. We make it avagraha.
So, Prof, if I understand this, the use of an avagraha does not make the preceding vowel pluth. So it's
No.
still a diphthong.
No.
And
That
then
is not pluth. When the pluth will be there, then the number 3 will be written after it. Just like Om.
Always.
So number 3 is
Yeah.
written. In a Veda also, where you
Okay.
will find the number 3 written, that is Pluta. So
Okay.
pluth
So
is
if my
always
understanding,
indicated by number 3.
number 3. Oh, okay. So in notation, the number 3 will always be pluth,
Yeah.
but avagraha was monophthong, but it's
Yeah.
just the silence after that doesn't make it pluth.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
understood.
is, yeah.
Thank you, Prof. Thanks very
And
much.
when
Prof.
you were talking about the a, if the a is replaced, so that is vowel system. A is the vowel when it is, suppose savitur, ra is half. It doesn't have any syllable. It doesn't have any vowel. So if ra is added with a, it becomes savitura, like that, ra. So that the meaning will change, because meaning means the words composition will become wrong. So with the change of swaras, sometimes the meaning also changes. Sometimes the words grammatical composition becomes wrong. But here we were talking about the swara system. That swar is not vowel. That udat, anudat, and swarit, because the name is said. We call that also swara. We call musical swaras also swara. We call this grammatical swara, vowel as also swara. The word swara has three meanings. Swar means vowel, that is known as syllable. Swar means accent system, that is grammatical accent. Udat, anudat, and swarita, kshaypra, zatya. There are so many other categories also. And then swar means the musical tone. So all these three things, they are indicated by one single word, swara. So sometime there is a problem to understand which swara we are talking about.
Thank you, Prof.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Thanks. Fully understood. Thank you.
Next question is from Prisha Bogalji from Germany. Go ahead, Prisha ji.
Namaste.
Yes, Prisha.
I have two things in the Bhagavad Gita, and this is specific to the example that was given, in the explanation. Karma is our dharma, and we have to give back or to sustain nature. That's obvious, yeah. But then we also, it was mentioned that in the Grihas ashram is basically responsible for the maintenance of all the other ashrams, yeah. But it is also obligated to perform yajna, and one of the reasons being killing small insects when like preparing food and that, right? And then you said that someone in samadhi is released from all these obligations because they are not consuming. Now, I want to know, how is this duty of karma when it actually has a transactional nature to it? Yeah, because when you look at the person in samadhi, for instance, he's still breathing, he's still sitting on this earth, benefiting from the sun. And how is it truly samadhi then when the relationship to nature is described in a very transactional form?
Actually, what happens, it's not a question of samadhi, it's the question of ashram system. Duties are defined, these dharmas are defined as per ashram system. So naturally, a sannyasi is supposed to be samadhi, because he has gone to that ashram to meditate upon Brahman, and that meditation is only through samadhi. So when a person becomes sannyasi, he gets rid of all obligations. He doesn't need to wear beard, hair, and everything. He is free from all these mundane world obligations, because now, not free by Dharma Shastra, he is not following, but by his own will, he has become renunciate. He has nothing to do with all these things. He doesn't like all these things. So he is not doing everything. So he has reached that stage. Because the Paramartha, the objective of the human life, is the highest spiritual upliftment, and that is that stage. So far as the Grihastha is concerned, because if you are in Grihasthashram, so your duty, if some sannyasi comes, you are to host him. That is prescribed duty. Atithi yajna. These Pancha Mahayajnas are the prescribed. Bali Vaishwadeva yajna. You are to feed the creatures around you also, not to maintain yourself. Because by doing, Grihastha is the lower stage in that ashram system, but by doing all these obligations, you are elevating yourself spiritually high. If you are doing more and more dan to deserving persons, so then you are not only at Grihastha level, but you are at the highest level. You are competing, you are qualifying yourself to become vanaprasthi, to become sannyasi. So these things are there. So they have been prescribed. And if a grihastha is not following all these things, it's all up to him. So at grihastha, because grihastha is the support of all ashramas, all grihasthis, they are supposed to do business, to do professions. So they are earning money. So they will have to pay tax to the government, and they will have to support these old educational systems. They will have to support this Vanprastha and Sannyas. So grihastha is known as the base of the system. In Brahmacharya ashram, it's all, white elephant. You will have to spend money. Government is also spending money on education. You can't earn over there. But now the system has changed. People are giving some earning also. But in that period, this system was there. Vanaprasthi, he has already left everything, only the things that required for his sustenance. A Vanaprasthi is supposed to live on the earth itself, on hard bed. He is not utilizing any facilities, just few clothes and few utensils to make food and to do yajna. He is having nothing, is having like that. So they have renunciated everything. So there is no obligation. Obligation is with whom? Who has gathered everything with him. So it is your duty. Now you perform it. You do it better way. You do dana, you do all these things because you have accumulated wealth. They have not accumulated anything. If you have not accumulated anything, so no duty. Just like in this society also, you are a grace, but you are poor, you are in misery. So you have automatically become freed from duties. What you will do? You are not able to sustain yourself. That vanaprasthi and sannyasi, they are just, they have a very minimal everything. They are just sustaining themselves. So there is nothing with them to sustain others. Yes, they have the knowledge. They are supposed to impart that knowledge. So a sannyasi, a vanaprasthi, they always give knowledge to the people free of cost. They are not charging for that. And if they will charge for that knowledge, then there is no need to give them donation and all these things because they are earning. So it's the system. That's under system you are going, so you will be performing like that.
Okay, and then, as far as these ashrams go, the thing in the Satyarth Prakash where you spoke about that, and there were twice it was mentioned, when you go from Grihas to Vanaprasth and Sannyas, it was twice mentioned that the husband decides if he takes a wife. And then it was also said that the ultimate purpose of sannyas is to attain Brahman. So why is the man deciding?
You know why along with the wives you take wife along with or not? Because it's also up to the choice of the wife. Because every individual, he has own will powers. If one spouse, they want to live with children and they have so much attachment with their family, they don't want to, and they are not mentally fit or mentally prepared for vanaprastha. So you cannot force anybody, even the husband, if he doesn't want to enter into the vanaprastha because he doesn't have that will and don't have that status, so he will be living with their children. So means there is no force Husband and wife together they can enter. If one doesn't want, another want, only that single person will go. Sometime reversely also you can say, if the husband doesn't want and wife wants, she can go. So that applies both way. It's means qualification for vanaprastha or for sannyas. It's not mandated by shastra. It is your mental status. Now, in what, and even living in the house itself, you can live the life of a vanaprasthi and sannyasi. In the house itself, you don't have any interaction. You are busy in dhyan, sadhana, and all these things. So that's also a way of living a life of sannyasi, because now you don't have that type of facility. So either you will have to make vanaprastha ashramas differently, those facilities, sannyas ashramas, then you will live. Earlier, the sannyasi, they will be able to live on, that natural food, fruits, and so many things were available. Now, every inch of the earth has been occupied by people. So it's that system. To maintain that system, you will have to create different facilities. Just allow now we just see the pastures have been made, na, for cattle to do. Similarly, you will have to open vanaprasthashramas, sannyasashramas, different facility you will provide. Just like we have old age home now in USA, old age home. There's a number of old age homes. So what's that? That's just like a sannyas ashram. You are not living with family, or the family is not allowing you to live with them. So that is a different thing. But there the willpower is there. You are doing everything because of your own. You are not, forced by circumstances. So it's not necessary that you will go to jungle. In house itself you can live, but sometimes it's not so possible. So for that, if you go in that facility, if you will go live in that facility, that type of environment, then it will help you. The environment is also going to help you in achieving your goal of vanaprastha and sannyas. That's the reason. Just like if you are a student, instead of reading in the house, you would prefer to go to the library, so that environment is going to facilitate your studies more. So that atmosphere is required for facilitating those things.
And I thank you very much, because I think quite often when somebody reads a statement and that it can be so wrongly misinterpreted.
No.
This was thank you.
We have a message in the chat from Pandita Banu, and it says Professor G in his count missed the number 19, hence he arrived at 23. It's actually 24 syllables.
What?
She's saying that you missed number 19 when you were...
Yeah, that's why. Now it's 23, but I missed something, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Acharyaji, Bhayashwini, if you permit me, I can share my screen and I can show, because I had this actually came from Acharyaji's discussion. And when I had asked Pandita Shobhaji to find out why Gayatri is missing a chant, or why Gayatri is missing a mantra, she reached out to Acharyaji. And because that always astounded me, everyone said that Gayatri mantra has 24. And when I found out 23, then I started counting. So if you permit me, I can share my screen and show the difference. Like exactly what Acharyaji had done was broken down the syllable count to allay any confusion. If you want, I can share my screen.
You
Yeah,
can
go
share
ahead.
it,
Go
yes.
ahead, Pandit
Okay.
Vikramji.
Oh, if you can make me co-host, please. I can't share.
So, or you can write 1, 2, 3 like that, you can count.
Right.
But in Guru and Laghu system, for Guru you will count 2, for Laghu you will count 1. Yeah, here you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Yeah, he has given here. This is 7. Then Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is Bhargo Devasya Dhimai, it is 8. Then Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, it is this halant ta, it will not be counted because there is no vowel in it. So 8 is 16 plus 7, 23. Yeah.
Right. And also, one other thing, just so that, let me find where that was. Um, so your discussion, Acharyaji, with that then led me on a quest to try to understand what
Yeah.
these were, the Anudat, Udat, and Swarit. So I think there may be, why are some can have Anudat or Swarit, etc. This slide really demonstrates exactly only the Swaras can have that. And then I wrote that in English. And then we had the, one second here, I'll find it. These were all the Swarits that can have, or the vowels that can have Swarit.
Twarita
Anudat,
has that slanting line over
sign.
the word, and Anudat,
Right.
you can make different symbols also because if you will go to the Shamveda, there is a different marking. So different pathas, they have different markings, but general marking it's this one. This belongs to Rigveda and Yajurveda.
Can you explain the Dirg Swarit as well? I've seen that in some
No, there
mantras.
is no Dirgha Swarita.
Oh, there isn't?
If
Okay.
Swarit is on a Dirgha vowel, that is known as Dirgha Swarit, but there is no such marking. Only Swarit
Oh, there
will
isn't.
have.
Oh, okay.
Swarit can
Acha.
be on a Laghu Hriswa Swar also, it can be on a Dirgha Swar also. So there is no Dirgha Swar like that things. And
Oh,
this
okay.
is,
I'm glad.
you have written double high pitch. It's not a double high pitch. It's only one pitch, only Swarita.
Oh, Swarit. So
Yeah.
Dirg Swarit is not there necessarily. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all and the meter types that you spoke about, then I just adjusted that, and you had mentioned the Nitrit, the Bhurik,
Ah, right,
Virat, and
right. Yes,
Swarat.
yes, yes, yes.
Right. So that stemmed from, the Gayatri mantra here. But
Ah, yeah,
thank you so
yeah.
much. I appreciate that. Also, the one last thing. So with that, then I tried to understand how the South Indian Pandits
So
were
whole
chanting it.
Gayatri mantra has sa tone,
Ah,
sadaj tone, because you have written a sare gama padhani. No, whole Gayatri mantra has a shadaj swara. Shadaj.
Shadaj, right. The not the Anudat, the Uddat.
Hmm.
It begins. So, because that's where then I started to think, okay, if that's the case, then you have sa re ni sa re ni sa ni sa ni
This is
sa
wrong.
re.
What you have marking here is all wrong. Nothing to do. Complete Gayatri mantra is sa. No re,
All
no.
in
Yeah.
chanted in Sa.
Because
Okay.
this is the modern system. Here we say Shadajaswara, Daivata, Nisrita, or this Nishad like that. It's a Shadaj tone.
Oh,
It's
okay.
low tone. It's comfortable voice, no high, no high.
No high tone, no. Okay.
So
Okay.
that will have to sit with some musician. Then we can tell. I can tell what it is because I have not done any work on. I don't. I have no interest in singing and all these things. But I know about the
So I
Vedic system. But I
I
have
was
many
listening to a
professors,
couple, right?
that
So when I
music
listened to them,
professors
that's where I
who worked under me, and I know them. I can just ask them. Can anything can be done in a sa tone itself? How it can be done? So that can be explained.
right. And if it were Sa tone, then it would be
No,
Tatsaviturvarenyam
no.
Bhargo
Actually, what happens? Yeah,
Devasya.
yeah. That mostly people recite them as as they know means grammatically correct. The thing is to recite the mantra grammatically correct. Tat savitur varenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi. Just like this half sa and ya is there, devasya. So you will have to say devasya. There will be emphasis on va, because after
Okay.
it is followed by two combined sounds. When a syllable is followed by two combined sound, then the preceding sound you will have to put emphasis. Bhargo de vasya dhimahi dhiyo yunah prachodayat. Yunah pracho, because this pra is combined sound. So dhiyo yunah prachodayat, like that. Just like my name
Okay.
is Ravi Prakash. You will have to pronounce it Ravi Prakash, like that. This is the grammatically correct. Ravi Prakash. The word is Yadyapi. So you will have to say Yadyapi. You will have to put emphasis on the previous ya, because the and ya Vidyalaya, like that. So
Right.
this type of thing people are reciting, neither they are reciting in Shadastone or nothing, nor any can recite these mantras as we know as Saswar, only that hand gesture we are doing. It's not so
Right.
difficult. Only a very
Oh,
refined person who has done a lot of rehearsal of music and all these things, so he can make it. Not, it's not so easy. So Eka Shruti, when you use the mantra, chant mantra in yajnas and everything, or prayer, you do it Eka Shruti. Eka Shruti means one tone, grammatically correct. That's just like Tat
okay.
Savitur Varenyam. Here, na Varenyam. Na and ja is half, so varenyam, like that you will have to say.
Right.
But for that
Right.
also a lot of practice is required. Na? Suppose if I don't do practice, I may do so many mistakes. It's all a matter of practice. I know
Right.
what is correct, what is wrong, but when I do, I may do mistake because I don't have practice. Immediately you can concentrate all these things. So
Right.
that's why the people they used to go to the gurus who used to recite them, chant. So they used to learn automatically whenever the correct pronunciation they used to have. Here they will uh, do the same. So that way it becomes easy.
Right. And that's where when I started to go on YouTube and I had to play the keyboard to see exactly what they were playing. And so I noticed there were some variation in notes, but I haven't, as you said, gone through a guru to figure that out. So I was hoping to get clarification. But that's the chanting is more aside from
Yes.
you'd have to talk to someone who's knowledgeable about music, I guess.
Yes, just like some chanting styles, they where that swarit is there, they will pronounce it twice. Tat savitur vare enyam, vare enyam, like that they will do. So in chanting it will show, oh, re is swarit.
Okay.
So people have devised different ways, but all these things are just the way of protecting the swar marking on the mantras. They are nothing to do with any that this is correct, that is wrong. What is correct? Pronouncing any word grammatically correct is correct, and pronouncing it grammatically wrong but swar wise correct is not correct. Mind it. When
So
grammar is
true.
there, then this swara marking, they are for other indications. They are nothing to do with the chanting. So
Okay.
now your tone, how melodious you can chant, that is your choice. You can chant Gayatri Mantra in a melodious way also. So that's not going to make any difference.
Okay. Thanks, Acharya.
Yeah.
Um, I don't see any hands up, so uh, thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Namaste.
Okay. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.
Namaste, everybody. Namaste.
Namaste, Satish ji.
Namaste, Prakashji.
Namaste.
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 So you came late?
Namaste, Alois.
Oh, Alois is still there? He was driving?
Yes, yeah, he's still there. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, it's good.